What is up, my peoples? Dan the Fireman here, and we're going to be talking about how to get your motorcycle license in Arizona. And this is kind of specific to Arizona because every state has their own little laws around here, but I'm in Arizona, so I'm going to help out some of my Arizona bras, bruh. Let's do it, boss! Alright, we're going to begin on the interstate, so hopefully you guys can hear me a little bit later, but we're going to be testing out the task cam and how everything works. Once again, thank you to my sponsors, my patrons. So anyways, let's jump into it. So what kind of licenses are there? Well, I mean, we're talking about license, we're talking about permits, we're talking about endorsement. There's so much stuff when it comes to, hey, what's up? When it comes to Arizona stuffs, okay? So Class M is for motorcycle. Pretty self-explanatory there. I choked on a bug. G for graduated, so that's a little different than D. Now, if you look at your license right now, if you're in Arizona, look at your license, see if you can find these D's, G's, you know, ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, all these different things. G is for graduated, so if you're 16 years old, less than 18, you get a G. That's it, as simple as that. D is for operator, I don't know why. I mean, M for motorcycle, G for graduated, D for operator. Anyways, it doesn't match up, so that's for 18 and older. Now when you become 21, you actually get the really fancy looking sideways one instead of the vertical one, and that's it's one way for people to see if you're doing a fake ID for alcohols and stuffs. Anyways, ABC is for commercial, you know, like heavyweight vehicles. So if you get like a semi, somebody's gonna correct me on that, but if you get like a semi or some really heavy duty vehicle, you need to have a commercial license. You need to have like the what is it called? Somebody write in the comments. Anyways, I don't have it, so I don't know too much about it, and we're talking about motorcycles, so it's not that big of a deal. So if you have any of the driving licenses, the M for motorcycle will become an endorsement. So what you can do is you can get just the motorcycle license, okay? You can just go get a motorcycle permit, get a license just for motorcycles. So on your motorcycle, or on your license, it'll say motorcycle license. But if you get a car or driver's license first, you know, graduated or D for operator for some reason, if you get a motorcycle license after that, it just becomes an endorsement. So on the back of your license, it'll just say M for endorsement, motorcycle endorsement. And that's it. You don't get a separate license for motorcycling if you have a driver's license. Now let's jump in how to kind of get all those things. Now we got that out of the way. You got to get yourself a permit, motorcycle permit. So let's say you don't want to go for the driving route, okay? You don't want to go for the driving route. You want to just go straight to the motorcycling because you feel like that's cool, and you want to ride a motorcycle to high school because you can start it off at 15 and 6 months. You can get a motorcycle instruction permit. It's pretty cool. When I was in high school, I had this one kid that rode his motorcycle to school. I thought it was pretty cool, but at the end of the day, I was like, whatever, I'm gonna drive a car. It seems a lot easier. But the thing is, I got like an itch right here. The thing is, itch. Hopefully there's no bugs in there. Here's the thing though, you need to get your driver's license instruction permit and pass the motorcycle operator written test. That's what you gotta do. You gotta get the rules of the road still done. You gotta, when you take the driver's written permit test, which is how you get your permit for the driver's license, you learn, you know, what a stoplight is. You learn how not the wrong way, what you should do in a construction zone. Here we go, we're going the interstate. Okay, I'll go slow. You'll learn what this guy is. He's a flag person, the flag man. I don't know if you're allowed to say flag man anymore. Anyways, you learn all those things when it comes to the driving rules of the road permit test. So you have to learn that before you go into the motorcycle stuff, because on the motorcycle test, the motorcycle permit test, it just talks about stuff specific to motorcycles, but you still need to learn about the other people on the road and then the rules of the road. Hopefully this thing doesn't fly off. So you still got to take that test, and then you got to take the permit test for the written motorcycle thingy. There's a lot more. I'm sure gonna have annotations there. I got to focus on driving sometime. All right, so at 15 years and 6 months, you decided to get your permit test for your motorcycle. Great. You've been practicing, right? Because you get a permit, you're allowed to practice. There's certain limitations, like you can't ride on the interstate like I'm doing right now. You can't ride at night, and you can't have a passenger on your bike. And since you are under 18 years of old in the state of Arizona, you have to have a helmet. So you definitely have to have that. After 18, you don't need to wear a helmet in Arizona, which I think is its own little weird thing. So once you turn 16, you can apply for your motorcycle license now. So if you're under 18, you must have an instruction permit for at least 6 months. So let's say you're 16 and 2 months and you finally got your permit. Well, at 16 and 8 months, you can take your license test. So you can't just be like, well, I'm 16, I get to go take it. No, you have to have it for a minimum of 6 months. When I say apply for the motorcycle license, now you gotta do the practical. So you did the written to get your permit, now you gotta do the practical and the written at the DMV to show, hey, I'm gonna pass my final, I know how to ride, I've been practicing this whole time. You know, my mom or dad or my guardian signed off that I did a few things here and there. Now let me take the practical test, which is what I talk about in the DDFM crew manual, which is for $1 a month, 3 cents a day, you get access to all the exercises you're gonna need for that test. Or you can take an MVD approved motorcycle driver education program. And looky, Dan the fireman here coaches over at Ride Arizona MTC. And I just recently had a class, and here's a testimonial of something that he learned and he felt really helped him out. All right, take it away, bruh.
What helped me out the most is being more fluid while riding the motorcycle. And what I mean by that is just relax, dance with the bike. If you don't dance with the bike, you will struggle. You try to stay stiff with it, you're gonna wear yourself out. You're not gonna concentrate. As soon as you start relaxing, everything starts to flow. What it helped me out in is the curves. When you're taking the curves, you relax the curves, lean the bike, tilt the bike, and also the zigzag. That completely helped me out.
He honestly did a great job. Never been on the motorcycle ever. Never did anything. I think he said he did a little bit of an ATV and he learned a little bit of the clutch stuff, but he'd never been on a motorcycle before. And within 2 days, now he's got his BRC1 card. So he just takes that into the DMV, signs a piece of paper, shows him the card, and now he's got his license. It's crazy how easy that is once you do that. Plus you get all the instruction. So you got some other options though. You got some other options to get your motorcycle license or endorsement out here in the state of Arizona. If you have an out-of-state motorcycle license, you're pretty much exempt from having to take the test. But that's just for motorcycle license. You might be required to take a test at any time you apply for an Arizona license though. So keep in mind that you're probably gonna still have to go to the DMV and do that. So what does the test over at the DMV look like? All right, so it's about 10 to 15 minute demonstration of your riding ability. Like I said, I have a playlist and I also have the DDFM crew manual, which will go over each and every one of those things that you need to learn. Let's go ahead and stop. It's gonna go over each and every one of those things that you're gonna have to learn when it comes to that stuff. So you should be golden, boys. There's a lot that comes with getting your motorcycle license here in Arizona. I mean, you gotta learn a lot. You gotta learn, you know, what laws there are when it comes to the bike itself. You gotta learn what laws there are when it comes to wearing gear. I wanted to talk to you about how you can get your motorcycle license. There's multiple ways of doing it. There's a bunch of age restrictions here and there, but that's like a lot of states out in the United States. And it's really just, it's pretty simple. The easiest, most absolute easy way of doing it is just taking an MSF course. In the state of Arizona specifically, ride with me over at Ride Arizona MTC. I can coach you. I've coached many students here. I stopped keeping count. And Jonathan was one of them, and he passed with flying colors. He did absolutely great. No riding experience whatsoever, and the curriculum that we teach over at Ride Arizona MTC allows it to where, not where you just pass the course, you actually understand what you're supposed to do. You got the skills for it, and now he has the perfect riding behavior to make sure he's safe all the time now. Hey, look, it's Amazon. What? This is an Amazon place. They're finally finishing up. Anyways, I hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll definitely see you guys later. And you know what, on a quick note, I just want to let you guys know, hey, you know, it's riding season now. You know, you guys are all wanting to do these things. You want to get on the bike and everything. We'll kind of figure out what it is you want to do. And if you're having a tough time, you know, with whatever's going on in your life, and you think motorcycling is going to help you out a lot, and it will, it definitely will, just swing on by the Discord, or just remember, there's people out there like us on the Discord, the DDFM crew that will listen to you and help you out and talk to you. And we want you to be safe. We really want you to be safe and to relax and have a good time. All right. So if you're having a tough time, swing on by. All right. All right. I'll see you guys later.